This is Dario and I'm Sabiha Samar. Here are today's top stories. In a landmark achievement, Uzbekistan has become the first nation to receive payment from the World Bank for reducing carbon emissions. The $7.5 million grant awarded under iCRAFT project recognizes Uzbekistan's reduction of 500,000 tons of carbon emissions. The World Bank's Transformative Carbon Asset Facility funded this initiative, which aims to implement energy efficiency measures, phase out energy subsidies and transition to cleaner energy sources. Marco Mantovanelli, the World Bank country manager for Uzbekistan, praised the country's progress, highlighting iCRAFT's role in leveraging climate finance for policy reform. Deputy Prime Minister Jamshid Kuchkarov emphasized the importance of this payment for energy sector reform and economic growth. The iCRAFT project is setting up infrastructure and systems to prepare for future initiatives, with ongoing support from various governmental agencies. This payment is the first under the Emission Reduction Payment Agreement, with Uzbekistan potentially receiving up to $20 million for verified emission reductions. The country aims to reduce 60 million tons of CO2, with plans to sell remaining carbon credits on international markets. In a significant diplomatic event, President of Mongolia has commenced a state visit to Uzbekistan, arriving on the 23rd of June, accompanied by his wife. This visit, set to last until June 26th, comes at the invitation of President Shavkat Mirziyoyev of Uzbekistan. During this visit, President Khürelsükh is scheduled to engage in discussions focused on strengthening bilateral cooperation. Key topics include economic collaboration, trade, cultural exchanges, and regional security. The visit aims to uncover new opportunities for cooperation in sectors such as mining, agriculture, and tourism. These high-level talks are expected to culminate in agreements that will significantly boost trade and investments between Mongolia and Uzbekistan. Additionally, the visit features cultural and diplomatic activities designed to promote mutual understanding and reinforce the strong connections between the two nations. The United Nations Development Programme and the Ministry of Education of Turkmenistan have signed a Memorandum of Understanding to enhance the country's education system and promote sustainable development. The agreement focuses on integrating human rights principles, advancing gender equality, supporting climate change initiatives, and promoting healthy lifestyles within educational institutions. A key aspect of the MoU is the integration of digital technologies and innovative solutions into Turkmenistan's education sector. This initiative aims to create a more inclusive and efficient education system that meets diverse societal needs. As the principal UN agency for international development, UNDP collaborates with governments, development partners, and civil society organizations to eradicate poverty and reduce inequality. In Turkmenistan, UNDP is committed to advancing the national development agenda and enhancing the well-being of its people. Kazakhstan's crude oil production fell to 1.5 million barrels per day in May 2024, according to the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries. This marks a decrease of 62,000 barrels per day from April's output and a drop of 101,000 barrels per day from February's 1.6 million barrels per day. In the first quarter of 2024, Kazakhstan's daily crude output averaged 1.6 million barrels, up to 7,000 barrels per day from the previous quarter and 84,000 barrels per day from the third quarter of 2023. Total non-OPEC declaration of cooperation crude oil production averaged 14.3 million barrels per day in May 2024, a decrease of 152,000 barrels per day from April. While Mexico saw an increase in crude oil output, production in Russia and Kazakhstan declined. The US Energy Information Administration revised its forecast in June 2024, projecting Kazakhstan's oil production to reach approximately 2.1 million barrels per day in 2025. Tajikistan's Minister of Energy and Water Resources, Daler Juma, announced that approximately 70% of the electricity generated by the Rogun Hydroelectric Power Plant will be exported to Central Asian countries once the plant reaches full capacity. This announcement was made during the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Energy Ministers meeting in Astana on the June 21st. Memorandums have been signed with Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan to facilitate these energy exports. Located 110 kilometers from Dushanbe, the Rogun HPP is the largest facility of its kind in the region. Currently, 2 of the 6 planned hydroelectric units are operational, producing over 7 billion kilowatt-hour of electricity. Upon completion, the plant's 335-meter dam will be the highest in the world. That's all for today's news. Stay tuned for more updates.